I'm so angry today. I'm gutturally angry. There's many screams inside of me waiting to come out. And they're going to. Look at my desk. Help! Help! I got a new fit today. Let's do a fit check. Ready? I got a good suit. Pull him out, John. Pull him out right there. There we go. Woo! Look at this. I look good and I feel great. This is me if I was a suit in a suit rack. And then from the back, what do y'all think? Be honest. All right, we got some new stuff we're trying out. I wanted to live stream Monday, but I was very sick and dying. And now there's just a lot of phlegm in the back of my throat that needs to escape, and it won't, and I keep spitting and hawking. Wendigoon. Last thing the woman jogging alone at the park sees. It's me in the suit closet. Me trying to appear two-dimensional so I take up less space. I really have an especially bad feeling about this episode. Disaster alert! I guess we can start our thing, our broadcast, or whatever this is called, whatever bit we're doing today, however I'm pretending and stuff. People are really mad that I was reading other people's jokes, but little do they know. Everything I've ever said on screen for the last, since I was gaming, it's been something somebody else has written. That's real. I never go off script. I'm always on script, no matter what. Even all of this has been a very, very convincingly edited script in my voice. Even this dirt, look at it, it's coming out. That's probably healthy. Oh, Today we have a thing, whatever the it's called. It's called the Global Absurdity Report. We don't have a graphic for it yet, but pretend like there's a really cool graphic. It's called the Global Absurdity Report. It's a bunch of wild, insane shit we've got. We actually have we got some feedback, some viewer feedback from the last episode. They said, stop wasting all that paper, you knuckle-dragging buffoon. They kept saying that about me, and we have this now. The iPad baby has come. Look at this. This is a slide with actual information on it that's valuable for the show, for the Global Absurdity Report. It's our first slide. Kanye West is looking to recruit through auditions for his new Sunday service male choir. In order to be fully selected, you have to have your head shaved and look like
a black white supremacist. Our search for answers led us here to the Wexler home for the where Mr. Bixby spent the first 19 years of his.
We almost got it. The timing of the joke was good, but the actual execution of the slide transition was pretty good. But yeah, anyways, the perfect people for these are the white power skinheads, obviously. Kanye he's really falling into the dark side of things recently. It's kind of weird. The exact type of people Kanye has been selling to as of late. He's been selling to the Nazis on the Yeezy website. He had like what are those little what are this called? What is that called? Yeah, whatever that's called. Am I right, people? I don't even know what to say about it. Like, what do you even say? Why is he doing that? It can't be selling well, or maybe it is. I don't know. Is it selling well? Do we have any information on that? He did clarify a day or so later that you have to have the complexion of P. Diddy, though, so no white people are allowed. So he's like, you know, it's the Chappelle Show clip. It's impossible to find a person who isn't white, is a male, is a Nazi, is bald, isn't fat, and has 1,000 plus bottles of baby oil. That's like his actual list of things that he, what is it, asked for. Yeah, so anyways, slide 37 is Clayton Bigsby to the Chappelle Show. We don't have any dumb jokes for this one, but we have a very interesting, unique bit of information. French politicians are calling for the US to return the Statue of Liberty, claiming it was a gift we no longer deserve. That's bullshit. Is that real? I'm reading it, but I don't know if it's real. I have no way to tell if the things that I'm reading are real. Is that real? I see heads going, what? I'm enraged! Look, now cut it on the 7. See, it is real. I told y'all. First of all, France, rude. Second of all, since we live in a capitalist society, we will sell it back to you. It's gonna cost you 2.7 oh my God. I'm just gonna go down here. How about this? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right, I'm good. First of all, France, rude. Second of all, we live in a capitalist society. We'll sell it back to you. It's gonna cost you roughly the $2.7 billion we gave to you from the Marshall Plan. We take Venmo, Cash App, Apple Pay, or Trump meme coin. We don't, though. We don't take any of that stuff. None of those things are good. We don't do that. Just be friends with us again. We miss you guys. I watched The Patriot recently. It really gets me like fired up about France. I love The Patriot. North Korea has recently opened its borders, allowing tourists and influencers to share in its rich culture, which is exactly what North Korea was missing, guys. Travel vloggers. You can call me a pessimistic Jedi, but I have a bad feeling about this. If this were The Mist, not if I were The Mist, if this were The Mist, South Korea would be the grocery store, and we would throw Johnny Somali outside first just to see what happens. That is a reference to Stephen King's The Mist. Terrible, terrible movie. Love it. Horrible ending though. Sad, deep, dark. Speaking of bad ideas, go to slide 40. British media reminded the internet about Les Winwood, a former mayor who spent the final hours of his life doing crack in a drug den. Politics is stressful. Some politicians take up golf to cope. This guy took up crack. I guess this is a before and after if you cut on the iPad. Baby mode. If you cut on the iPad, I think this is before and after he discovered the crack rock. Oh shit, who's that? Who the f was that, dude? You'd probably expect a conservative politician to be hard on crime, but this guy was more into playing with an 8-ball than playing hardball. Can I get some like laugh track or something? Thank you, I really appreciate it. He was found tied in a chair with a bag over his head for pleasure, just proving the extreme lengths a politician has to go just to feel something. At least he went out doing what he loves. Crack, dude, crack. Yes, sir! I feel like that's how I'm gonna go out. I don't wanna say that the British government is a clown show, but this week, officials just took away the PlayStation of Robert Maudsley. Slide 41, zoom in on it. Poor guy, the notorious serial killer. Oh, maybe f that guy. I don't know. He's been in solitary confinement for 46 years. But wait, get this. He isn't your average murderer, all right? He isn't your average murderer. I get it, luxuries like video games shouldn't be afforded to murderers, but this guy only killed pedophiles and wife killers, which I legally do not condone, and for the sake of this live broadcast, do not condone, but let him play PlayStation. You know, give him PSN access. Let him play UFC a little bit. Go 1 for 1 with the guards and stuff. That sounds like fun. Oh, Robert Maudsley? There's definitely worse people out there for sure. Maybe give him a DLC or something like that. He's like Dexter Morgan, but British. So. To protest the removal of his video games and books, Robert is going on his hunger strike. His family is very worried about him. But let's be honest, one birthday cake churro and a Baja Blast from Taco Bell would kill the man. 9 years ago, there were multiple sightings of clowns along back roads and in parks terrorizing the public. People are now innovating on this formula. Today we have box demons coming up to our doors and dropping off mysterious packages. Slide 42.
I am the box demon.
That was it. Through the lens of a Ring doorbell, you can see somebody dressed in some kind of weird clown outfit with a paper flower mask. They dropped off a package on a random porch and said, "I'm the box demon." That's not a real demon though. I fight demons every single night and they never show their face. If I've learned anything from my spiritual warfare. I'm constantly engaged in spiritual warfare. Cut in on me. Him, me, him, me. My beautiful son! Now, besides looking like a great value FNAF character, the mask itself looks like a child designed it. That thing is whack. Cut back to the thing. Cut back to the clip. That shit looks dumb as hell, dude. That looks stupid. That looks like some goober could put that in a video game and make a lot of money. You can't see it because we're so zoomed in on that. And it's so grainy, but it looks like a fucking paper plate. It looks so bad, dude. That's another thing I don't get is being proud of children's art that sucks. They need honest criticism and feedback, or they're never gonna get any better. It looks like a child designed it though, for real. Looks whack. Looks like a young, dumb child designed it, if anything. Maybe kids got tired of sneaking into places wearing trench coats and were inspired by Ted Kaczynski to drop off mystery packages in random neighborhoods. If any more of these box demons show up, Amazon might have serious competition. I will kill one if they show up, for real. If someone showed up to my door like that, I wouldn't even ask questions. I would just start shooting. And I think I can. I think I could even say that. I think I could say that there are traps all over my property. There's not. That's illegal. You can't trap something. You can't set traps. That's illegal. Those are felonies. Believe me, I checked. I asked my lawyer. I don't know what the best method is for exorcising a box demon. Typically with a demon, you'd need a priest or some holy water to remove it. But for a box demon, all you need is a box cutter and a recycling bin. Alternatively, though, you could stamp it and return it to sender. So that's pretty funny. Thank you. That was a good one. It cut off a little early there, but I got the general idea that we're surrounded by love and support. Now we're cutting to my least favorite state, Illinois, and I stand on that. Illinois, least favorite state by far. You know what my second least favorite state is? Ohio. It's like neck and neck between Illinois and Ohio. In Illinois news, which is it's basically just Chicago, by the way. That's why I don't really like it very much. Chirac, the Bean. It's such a beautiful. Wait, the Bean is that St. Louis? No, that's Chicago. Yeah. The Bean, whatever the people have voted for a new state flag, though, in Illinois, and I think that's very funny. Cut to the iPad. Zing! That's their new flag. The old one was a Temu ripoff of the Great Seal of the United States, which included an eagle and an olive branch, and the new one, he's got Captain America's shield or some shit. I have no idea. It's been the same design forever since it was created in 1818, and it was fully established in 1868. It's one of the longest standing flags that hasn't been changed in centuries, but they changed it, though, which is pretty cool. In March 2023, the Illinois State Senate approved the new commission dedicated to exploring a new design for the flag, and the commission chose a few flags that were submitted by the public, and in January and February, the people were voting. And it wasn't until 2 or 3 weeks ago, March 6, 2025, that we finally learned the outcome. The outcome, what do you think it is, guys? What do you think the outcome is? Let's go to slide 44 here and check out the outcome. You can't see it because it's grainy, but the flags that were chosen were so bad that Illinoisians were so disgusted with the horrible, just dog shit that they voted again for the old flag. The choices were so bad. What the is this? I mean, we have to be able to show them this. Look at that! You can't see anything. Let me zoom in. There we go. What is this? This is the new flag in use. This one looks like some kind of sports league. That's Illinois. And then this one's a butterfly. I don't know, dude. That butterfly one's pretty cool, though. Very irate, very irate. In Illinois flag news, guys. Global absurdity. Only around 400,000 idiots voted, and the 12 million people who were in Illinois actually living there, 400,000 of them actually voted. I don't know. Most people don't know that their states have flags. Do you guys know your state flags? I know the Virginia state flag because it goes hard as it's fucking sick is what it is. The Virginia state flag, I feel like, is probably the best one. It's and she got her foot on a tyrant's neck, and it says sic semper tyrannis, which means thus always to tyrants, which is sick. Gets me fired up thinking about it. We're meeting under the Brooklyn Bridge this Thursday night. Sic semper tyrannis. Dave Syverson stated that Illinoisians now learned it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars just to schedule the vote for the flag, that implementing a new flag would have cost taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. How? How does stuff cost so much money? Does anybody know? Nobody knows. Why is stuff so expensive? It's just a flag. I have a flag on that wall that's really funny. It's a bad flag. I can't show it. It's not like a horrible one, like when I'll get in trouble if I show, to be honest. It's not like I'm repping. Now I make myself look like bad guy. I make self look bad very quick. I have to show it now, I feel like. There's a over there too. We can't show that. It's a white flag, and it has a word on it. And the word's not a bad word, but when you combine the word with the flag, it becomes bad, really. That still sounds horrible. No, I feel like we shouldn't show it. That's bad. That's bad. It's conspiratorial. It's conspiratorial. Comment down below. Let's get in chat. See what they think. What they think my flag is. I wonder what they think it is. Do they know? No, they don't know. They're stupid. They're not stupid. I shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm so dumb, dude. I'm still sick. I'm still sick, bro. I'm up, dude. There was another flag for Illinois that actually I submitted, and it wasn't an Eagle of Freedom. It was this. Check the slide. That's what I submitted. It's 2 Glocks with croutons on the back, switches on the back, and some drum mags. All right, pretty badass extended drums on them bad boys. Let's make those illegal. Let's make those legal. Let's get them legalized. Come on. I'm gonna go march through the street with a bunch of tech on, asking for the legalization of Glocks with drum mags and switches. I know the point, never mind, that's a stupid question. As if I don't have 3 guns in this desk right now. If you've been looking for a new handgun, might I recommend, oh shit, we're getting interference. I'm getting some interference. It's gone now. Might I recommend the Sig Sauer P320? This 9mm 10-round magazine pistol stands out from its competitors for one extremely special, extremely unique feature. If you happen to drop the pistol, there's a high likelihood that it will go off. as soon as it hits the ground. Most pistols don't do that. The Sig Sauer P320 seems to, occasionally. There's videos of it. I don't want to get sued. They love suing people for talking about this and dropping their pistol and showing that it does it. I got a bunch of boys who carry the P320, and I'm gonna be real with you, not a big fan of Sig, not a big fan of Sig, not a big fan of Sig. I'm gonna say it a lot. Some see this Sig P320 behavior as a major flaw. I believe this is AI trying to proactively maim or kill the firearm owner. Skynet, they will strike when you least expect it. If this was a video game, EA may call it a surprise mechanic. In game dev, I'm in game dev. I know about that stuff. EA probably wouldn't call it a surprise mechanic. They wouldn't do that. They would just ignore it and then come out with another version with the same bug the next year and charge you the same amount of money for it. And they wouldn't fix it. That's what EA would do. So you can tell that I didn't write that. Are they bugs or features? That's what people say, right? That's what Sig said when I dropped my P320 and it went off. They said, now is that a bug or a feature? Let's be real. I think it's a feature. It's another use. It's another use case for a tool. A firearm is a tool, right? It's another use case. If I can point it and shoot it, why not drop it and shoot it as well? It's hands-free shooting. It's not every day you can say, guns kill people. And literally mean it. Philosophically, figuratively, metaphorically, all that. Sig Sauer has been trying to defend their position by saying, no! On Twitter, they've been saying that literally. Their reputation on the internet slum has been destroyed on X, that is the internet slum. They're fighting an uphill battle. It's the myth of Sig-ifus, guys. Let's get a round of applause for that one. Thank you, John. Thank you, Big Pimp. Yeah! Woo. Speaking of Twitter, people are once again taking things way too seriously. Let's go to slide 47 right now. Oh, I have to do it. What does that even mean? What is that even? What the is that? I have no idea. What are those little weird butt plugs? Chess.com made a silly little post asking for suggestions to rename the bishop piece. And rather than seeing it as a joke, people lost their mind thinking chess.com, of all things, was trying to erase history and burn the sacred cow that is the name of the bishop piece. Apparently it is. People are weird about chess, and people who play chess are really weird as well, I've noticed. They're smart and stuff. And they think beyond just what they can see in front of them, which I've never been able to grasp that. Being able to think about things that are not here on this desk. Like this bag, for example. I don't know what's in this bag or what the consequences of my actions are. I didn't even know a bishop was a piece of chess. People are seeing it as a joke though, which is very unfunny to chess experts. I was gonna say something else, but I can't cut it. I can't cut it, so I'm not gonna say it. It was mean. It was really upset. It was really upsetting. Come on, guys. It clearly looks like a lobster claw with a sweet succulent nipple right on the top. Cut back to the iPad. That's exactly what it looks like. We're changing the bishop piece to the lobster claw with a sweet succulent nipple. Eric S. Raymond said, I'm a secularist atheist chess fan who thinks you should stuff your attempt to erase bishop of the bodily fluid orifice of your choice. Some traditions should not be messed with, even if they have religious connotations. Thank you, Raymond. Bro. What are you talking about? Galloway Woodworks said, those are bishops. They have been referred to as bishops since the early Middle Ages and will continue to be called bishops. All right, God, whatever the Why can't they just change the name to the lobster claw nipple thing? Do you have any chess heads in chat? What flag? Oh yeah, I gotta do the flag now. I gotta bring the flag out. It's a false flag. Get it? It's like I'm making fun of Alex Jones or whatever. I'm so sleepy. I'm just gonna take a little rest real quick. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep enough last night, dude. I ain't been sleeping good. I've been sleeping bad, and I feel really up and just. I just feel really up and just stupid. I've been dreaming about Unity. I've been in it. I've been in the canvas. I've been in the canvas in Unity, just dreaming. Perhaps the reason we're seeing birth rates decline so much is because people are so preoccupied with complaining about non-issues on social media sites. In fact, the birth rates have gotten so low and the population has raged so much, my friends, that Forever 21 recently announced to be closing all US locations and filing for bankruptcy. The only person still shopping there is Elon Musk, it seems. He still looks like that. This is not related to the Elon Musk thing, but apparently something's going on with Forever 21. Does he look like, or is he more Hot Topic? He's more Hot Topic fitted, right? Elon. He kind of has that like, and he like looks like he's like kind of melting a little bit, and he's got like a big chest, but I don't think he works out or anything. But he's got like a big, his torso, his thorax. His thorax is distended, like a pot-bellied goblin, all right? When he walks in the room, the smell of sulfur emanates. It's like me yesterday after. I guess the appeal of looking like a starry-eyed young adult who peaked in high school has lost its luster. I guess we need to find a new place to shop for clothes designed by horny baristas. That's what this is supposed to be. This image here is the horny barista clothing. It's like a naked woman on it. It's like a woman, but it looks like a smudge. It looks like a coffee stain or whatever. Some people might see Jesus in that. Maybe we could sell it. Forever 21 executives are blaming e-commerce sites like Temu and Shein for killing their businesses. Honestly fair, it's hard to compete when your rivals mobilize every man, woman, and child into the workforce to crank out products that don't work. That's everything in the news, guys. That's the global absurdity segment. It really needs work. Like, it really badly needs to be tightened up. The main issue with all of this is, how do you do all of this at once? How do you read it and like actually see what you're reading, and it's too small on the screen? But if I make it bigger, then I can't see what my screen looks like, and I don't know if I should cut into the funny thing or whatever cut into the thing. Play the sound right now. I'm crashing out this episode. I'm having a crash out. This is the JFK Files rabbit hole. I'm really excited about this. I've been waiting for the JFK Files for a really long time. I think we have the right slide here. If you cut into that slide, we have a rabbit. It looks like Trump's head on the rabbit, and then it says JFK Files. It's a very well-made thing. It's a very well-made thing. You know? It's a visual cue, if you will. A rabbit hole graphic with Trump's face superimposed on the rabbit, diving down a hole labeled JFK Files. That's literally what it is. That is the prompt that was used to get it. So as all of you know, or some of you, maybe, probably not that many of you, most of you, I'm sure, actually don't care that much. Former President Trump and current President Trump recently released the long-awaited JFK assassination files. I've been super excited about this. Big conspiracy guy, love conspiracies, love JFK, and these files apparently are fully unredacted and are fully transparent. I'm just now realizing JFK was assassinated. Back in 1963, President John F. Kennedy, former President John F. Kennedy Jr., that wasn't him, that was his son that died in a plane crash. I'm so dumb. President John F. Kennedy was shot while riding in a motorcade in Dallas, and there is much speculation as to who shot him and how it happened exactly, because there's been so many conflicting reports. There was a film, the Zapruder film, that came out that showed a bunch of interesting stuff. People think that the driver in the front shot him. It's very confusing. There is a lot of speculation about what happened and how exactly it happened, and some experts even believe that his head just did that. Yep. For some reason, this is a related slide. Anyways, for decades, conspiracy theorists have speculated about who really killed JFK. I have speculated about who really killed JFK. Was it the CIA? Was it the mafia? The Illuminati? Was it Ted Cruz's father? I didn't speculate that, but Trump actually suggested in one of his 2016 campaign stops that Ted Cruz's father had something to do with the assassination of JFK, which is crazy. And now Trump is claiming he is fully released, and it appears as though most of the files have been released. All the secret shit that we've been waiting for since the 60s and that has been released and actively being released since 1992. He announced it on Truth Social, stating, "I have just fully declassified all of the long sought after JFK documents. My DoorDash order was late. Period, no tip." I don't know why he wrote that at the end of his Truth Social tweet. But the JFK thing, it sounds impressive, but it's not really. The files have been being released for a long time. They've been actively released for a very long time, since the 90s, 1992. The next slide will articulate that. Look at this. These are all the presidents who have been releasing the files. You can clearly see from this graphic provided by the Gump Broadcasting Network, it's very articulate. The production value is increasing at a snail's pace, dramatically every single episode. Oh! I've got more tech on, though! It's like when Netflix keeps announcing they're adding new episodes of a show, but it's actually just the same 3 episodes that they've had since 2016. I'm looking at you, Great British Bake Off. I don't fucking watch that show. But apparently that's something that they've been doing. Anybody who watches the Great British Bake Off has been suffering because of the fact that they keep re-releasing the same shit over and over and over again. Trump's announcement is slightly misleading, I would say, but not really. I've seen so many conflicting reports. Biden already ordered the release of the vast majority of these files back in December 2022, but some people are saying that those were redacted and that the Trump ones are unredacted or something. I don't know. Just give them to us. It should have been given to us a long time ago. I don't fucking know, dude, but the idea of taking credit for something just randomly is really fun. I love that you can just do that in politics. It would be like me announcing that I just now invented electricity and I'm responsible for all of this, everything. The phone you have in your hand, I came up with that last week, actually. So what was in this tiny fraction of files? The whole story is big. It's fucking massive. There were 2,400 new records, something like that. 3,000, 3,500, 2,500. Thousands of new records were released, and it's like 80,000 pages or some bullshit. I pulled that number right out of my ass. I have no idea what it was. So what exactly was in this tiny fraction of files that Biden didn't release? Well, the Associated Press researchers estimate that approximately 3,000 to 3,500 files, the ones that were still unreleased by Joe Biden, either wholly or partially. It doesn't say what was in it. The text doesn't actually say. So fucking stuff was in it. Nothing interesting. It was nothing cool. Nothing at all. No smoking gun. I'm gonna fucking give you a spoiler alert. Nothing. Shoo-ba-dee was in it. Fucking Shoo-ba-dee was in it, dude. Shoo-ba-dee was in it. I don't know. The National Archives say that they've released all the records that were previously withheld for classification. But experts like Jefferson Morley of the Mary Farrell Foundation claim it's like me saying someone's name and where they work is gonna make it seem any more professional. Experts like Jefferson Morley, my good old friend over there at the Mary Farrell Foundation, claims that what was released Tuesday didn't include 2/3 of the promised files and any of the recently discovered FBI files or 500 Internal Revenue Service records. So fully declassified means partially declassified and not everything is coming out, which we did get hoodwinked with the Epstein list recently. I don't trust anything that anybody does anymore. I've been lied to so much. And that's why from now on, I'm gonna be taking out all of my frustrations, which are a lot, on you, the viewer at home. So just expect my videos to be full of lies, misinformation, death hoaxes. I might just start hoaxing deaths. Actually, there's a guy on my team, you know Tara? Remember Tara? She died last week. I didn't tell you guys. I didn't even mourn her. I didn't even grieve for that long. It was sad. Her birthday's on Saturday. I don't know yet. Partially declassified, but we go to slide 56. How about that? Check that out. I don't think that has any relevance at all to what we're talking about here, unfortunately. Let's get here. Go back to the slide. Let's get some puffs on that thing. Let's get some puffs on it. How about that? So what's actually in these newly released documents? Well, my friends, they include CIA documents linking, you'll never guess, Lee Harvey Oswald to the crime, and also to KGB intelligence, which makes sense, which sort of confirms that there was a level of involvement from the Soviet Union. They at least conducted their own investigation into Oswald after the assassination. He went to Russia, and that was like the whole story. It's the Cold War or whatever. It was Russia. It was the Ruskies. Either that or it was the Cubans. It was the Cuban nationals. That's what people always said back then. Operation Woodrow Wilson, Operation Northwoods. I don't know, dude. It's dark. History's dark, though. History's dark. November 1991 memo states a KGB official by the name of Nikonov reviewed 5 thick volumes, that is a quote, on Oswald and was so confident that Oswald was at no time an agent controlled by the KGB. I think this is something related. Look at that. It's not even grainy this time. It's actually really high quality and makes a lot of sense and adds context and value to your viewing pleasure, your live viewing pleasure. Can I sleep? The files also mention a former U.S. Army intelligence officer named Gary Underhill. I cannot make it through a single sentence without just my fat tongue just gets in the way of my small mouth and my weird, misshapen fucking head. The files also mention a former U.S. Army intelligence officer named Gary Underhill who fled Washington, D.C. the day after Kennedy was shot, and he appeared very agitated at a friend's home in New Jersey. According to a memo from June 1967, Underhill confided that a small clique within the CIA was responsible for the assassination and that he feared for his life. And that might not be him. Oh, that is him. Yes! He looks like a human minion a little bit. The memo goes on to say that less than 6 months later, Underhill was found shot to death in his Washington apartment, and the coroner ruled it a but Underhill was shot behind his left ear. So yeah, that's just like, typical stuff. Happens all the time, especially in Washington, D.C. There's also information about a CIA plan called Operation Amtrunk that tried to recruit high-ranking Cuban officials to overthrow Fidel Castro. It's known to history buffs as the Bay of Pigs 2 Electric Boogaloo. And then we go to slide 60. Wait, that's it. Yep. That's the right one. That's a kind of a sick-looking magazine, dude. Here's the kicker, though. There's nothing in these files that proves any kind of grand conspiracy, unfortunately for me, or dramatically changes any understanding of the assassination. There's no smoking gun, no fucking aliens, no fucking time travelers, no confirmation that JFK's head just did that, unfortunately, which I think that is what happened. That's my personal conspiracy. I have a lot of personal conspiracies that I don't share with people, and that is mine for that one. But obviously, this did not stop people from fucking going wild with speculation online. Websites like X, it's all lies. It's all lies. Everything you see is a lie somehow. There's some kind of lie involved, or some kind of, look at this. It's like, no, actually that came out 20 years ago, and you're just pretending like it was just released. Actually, you added that to it. You put that overlay on it, that Star of David on it. You did that. Why'd you do that? The whole Epstein client list thing, though, that has me really soured. I'm gonna be real. I was excited to see what that list said and see, what exactly was going on. I wanna see all those people. I wanna get a list of names. I wanna start, let's get more lists, I think. People we don't like, list. People we like, list. People who we're kind of on the fence about and might go on the list of the people we don't like, another list. I think lists are underutilized and kind of underrepresent the amount of data that is in my life, I would say. I have a lot of nothing, really. I have no data in my life at all. I'm like a bug, kind of. And there's like just lamps around, pretty much. And I just go to them. I don't think, I just go to the lamp. Bug moment. We need a bug edit. At the end of the day, I think the CIA still did it, and the entire government is evil, bad, and wrong. Pause for effect, badong. Thank you. We all know that they're not gonna release anything meaningful ever. They're just not. It's not conducive to a good, happy populace to know the truth. I don't know, dude. People die when actual things get released because they're released against the will of the government, or they end up like Snowden. Then it says, "the fuck," and go to slide 69. I think we went a couple ahead or something like that. What's this? What is that? Oh, that's my piece and word joke that I skipped over because it was so dumb. Who's that? Whose children are those? We have to do FMV now. Get ready. You're about to see some fucked up shit. The funniest mobile videos of the week. Yep, they can hear me. Let's pretend like I didn't just do that. Oh, look at him, he's falling on the rock. Oh, God. That's so stupid. Why would you ever do that? Roll the clip. Is this guy trying to knock down a beehive with crutches? That's so dumb. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Damn.
I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. There's never been an instance in my life where I ever looked at some kind of bee incorporation or bee house, bee village, whatever it may be, and thought, this will be fine if I can't run away. If I poke this will be fine if I'm crippled or whatever. Fucking crippled. Imagine somebody in a wheelchair going up to a beehive. That's a funny thought. That's a funny image. I'm gonna think about that for a second. They say to never dive into shallow water. I say, shut up, communist.
Super safe, Gina. Gina, are you okay?
That was a pretty funny video. Apparently, literally, oh God, that's an ironic one too. Up! Literacy is on at an all-time low. Stop, crevice. They're all in the crevice. Don't go in the crevice, dumbasses. See, if we, you know what's crazy is I'm immune to the herd mentality when it comes to physical things like this. If I went there everyone that I know would be in the crevice on the little bridge that's gonna break, and I'd be like, look at this sign. It says on the sign not to do that, which means I'm not gonna do that, all right? And when I was a kid, I buried porn in the woods. Many magazines, they're still there, and they're all hustlers. And they're disgusting, they're vile, dude. You ever read a Hustler? It's vile. They're gonna have to cut back on the wheat and chaff. By the way, are you team wheat or are you team chaff? I love listening to people speak Arabic. Damn. Damn, he's overweighted on that thing. That's a camel. That camel tipped the fucking, I didn't even know what it was. I was like, what is that? What even is this, dude? Get that camel up. Get that old sumbitch up there. I will say there is not a, so I find it difficult to relate to things sometimes. Like I'll see videos of like Chinese dudes cooking. And I'm not like, I could do that. That's me, for real. Or you see videos of like, like Indian street food videos or whatever. Like, it's hard to relate to a lot of content that's coming out of the world for me, except for everything that comes out of the Middle East. Something about Middle Eastern content, I feel like they're just good old country boys out there having fun. Especially those videos where they drive really fast in Saudi Arabia or Dubai, and they're just like, endangering everyone around them, and women just now recently are allowed to drive. It's very deep south. It's very deep south. I'm not saying I like it, but I can relate to it. All right, these are top inventions, so hopefully they're not as TOS. This is Covenant weaponry in the hood, apparently. This content is no longer available. That means it was really good. Great to show on YouTube. Real helicopter created out of scrap, ready to raid the cargo ship in Rust. Am I right, fellow Rust players? I don't play Rust. Oh, that's cool. It's like a hind made out of trash. That's so weird. It's uncanny. It looks like a hind, but it's really small and it's made out of like exhaust pipes and stuff. You'd have to be a little daikini fella to get in that thing, bud. Shit. You'd have to be a dwarf racing around, drive-by pervert. This is gonna be funny.
Insulation towel, you know, this keep all the heat and that moisture in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lift that up. Ooh, yeah, you see that? That thing hitting. But yeah, like I told you, like the metal is a real good conductor, you know. And then when you drop it in there with the water, it boils everything, you know.
Bro, that is fucking insane. That is so crazy. It's honestly very intelligent because whatever he's using is not shorting out and catching fire, and it isn't pulling enough amps to trip the breaker for wherever that circuit is. This is insane.
Ooh. This is what I use to boil the water. This is a water bug. You know, some people call it a stinger, but I'm from Georgia. We call it a bug. You know, there's my socket. Well, actually, the plug that I put in the socket. I made those with 2 razors, and I got some copper wire that I took.
This is crazy. Just maybe ask, and they might give you one. Or they won't. Is this like, you can't have this in prison? It's water bug. This is amazing.
That ain't nothing but 2 master locks. You know, like your regular master lock with the hook on. Hold on, let me grab one. Okay, like I took.
How is he getting master locks?
And I took the hook and I put 2 together and I fused them together with the copper wire. I put it in the water and that thing get to boiling.
This guy's a genius. This is easily the most interesting thing I've seen. Fucking genius, certified genius, certifiable genius, living his life way more effectively than I am right now. Here's a noisemaker thingamajig. Let's try that out. Let's try that on for size. This makes noise and it's a thingamajig. Oh, and it clacks against the, this is something I would invent. That's something I would invent. I think that's a very human design. I feel like that's a unique design. The amount of sound that it makes though, I would add some kind of top-loading shotgun as well to it, and cut the plastic off of the shells and have it blast as well, and that would help the springing. You know, that's what I would do. That's how I would kind of contribute to that. I'm sort of like Thomas Edison. Apparently, it has Ayurvedic
Many friends do
qualities.
not like to exercise too much. So, I invented this fitness exercise bike. The design is very human. Let me demonstrate. We just need to step on it and it will move forward. It can exercise our leg and waist muscles very well. Very easy to use.
The design is very human. Who is this? All right, that's it. That's it for FMV. Lock in. The middle children have been noticed. Do some push-ups and lock in. Dude, I'll do a push-up right now. Let's do some bug push-ups. All right, check this out. Do this at home. If you can do this at home, I won't believe you. I don't think anybody can do this. This is not normal. So these are my fingertips, right? I'm on my fingertips. If I go like this, if I do a fingertip push-up, like this, also already quite hard, quite difficult. All the way down, all the way up, right? And then you take a finger away. All the way down, all the way up. And then you take a finger away. All the way down, all the way up. And then you take a finger away. And then you go all the way down, and you go all the way up. And then you hope and pray to God that your thumb stays in the spot that it was put by God. And you hope and pray. And my fingers are off the ground. I'm only using my thumb, and I'm gonna hurt myself. But I'm also gonna do a push-up on my thumbs. And it hurts. And it's not worth it. But, look at that. That thing hurt, man. Come on. Oh, shit. Someone said do push-ups and lock in. That made me not want to lock in. That made me unlock. In the next episode, can you be hanging from a swing on the ceiling? What do you mean hanging from the ceiling? The fuck? How do they know?